Alright, I'm gonna go over the different markets in brief detail, the Dow, the Nasdaq, and the S&P. Right now what you see is the golden Fibonacci levels on the profits chart for Thinkorswim. What I've done is drawn the high down here before the stock market crash, down to the lows of the stock market crash, and then extrapolated out the golden Fibonacci levels. So we can see that the golden Fibonacci level up here in play is the 16,267.80. If we lower that, we can see that that price level is drawn on the chart here. It's kind of entangled. But yeah, you can see it right here, the 16,267.80. Then what we've done is we've drawn a fib from the lows here in 2009 up to the current highs, and then again a fib set from the lows in 2011 up to the current highs. Now, to save some time, let's go into the 3-year. What we're going to do on the 3-year is we're going to make a Fibonacci retracement from the all-time highs into the current lows. And to save confusion, we're going to set that to be yellow. Alright, so now we've got a shorter term time frame here, and what you see is that we've bounced off the two fib sets down here in the 15.3 to 15.6 area into the longer term 23.6 at 16.470 or so. We've cleared that and the short term 38.2 here in yellow, and then bounced right up here into the top of the volume null that exists above 16.6 or so. We then rejected price, and we've crossed below the short term 38.2, the longer term 23.6, and now we're below the golden fib at 16.267.8. Current support's the 23.6. It's in the 1600 range, as well as the bottom of the volume area that is supporting the drop through the null that runs all the way really down into the 15.6 area. We could see if price does break below the 16,000 area, I would expect to see price move pretty quickly into the 15.6s. And then I wouldn't be shocked really to see a retest of this Fibonacci level here, the 38.2 at 15.3, and then possibly break lower to test this volume area right into the 15,000s or so before we see a sizable bounce. Moving over from the Dow, we'll go into the S&P futures real quick. What we've done is the same thing as we did on the Dow, except there's no golden fib level here. What we've done is drawn from the all-time lows and then from this 2011 low as well. We zoom into the 3-year, and we've drawn a level from the all-time highs into the current low. We pushed into the 61.8, or tried to push into the 61.8, got close, rejected the 50. We couldn't hold it on 1, 2. This will be the 3rd week that it's tried. We reject the 50. We fall below the 38.2 at 1940. We go really right to this volume null that exists in the ES, just like it does in the Dow. Though this area is a bit smaller on the ES, if we do break below this, or if we hold below this 1942 area, I would expect to see a test back down in here into the 23.6 at the 1900s, really this whole pocket, 1876 to 1900, and then a retest down into volume into the 1830s, or 1810s to 1830s. We really haven't back tested this longer term 23.6 at 1781.5. If we do get some motion down and through this low, that would really be where I would be looking, is the 1781.5 or so range. Anything below that, we're looking at sub 1720s, but that's a long way away, I would think. To the upside, 1942, 1977. Again, the top test of this volume null at 2000. If it does pass through the 2000 area, the 61.8 is 2012. And then above that, there's just really a volume null into the 37 area, which could come pretty quick. Once you get to 37, you're really testing all this volume we'd built out over the course of several months. So 37 up into 63 is going to be difficult. I'm not sure that this in general area above the 78.6, so 2062 to the all-time highs would even really be swing playable. It'd probably just be scalps or sit on the fences, but that's a long way away, I would think. Finally, we go into the Nasdaq. In the Nasdaq, again, we've done the same thing here. We've drawn on the 20-year, a little different. We took a fib from the previous highs in October 07, down into the lows of November 08. And we've drawn a fib, and we've got the golden fib here, and the 200, and then another golden fib here into the 42.51 area. Then we've drawn a fib level from the lows into the all-time highs, and then again onto a shorter term, we've drawn from the highs into the lows. We can see the Nasdaq rejected the 61.8 on the push today, fell below the 50, fell below the golden fib here at 42.51, and is now supported by the 38.2 here. If we do lose the 38.2, we're looking for a trip down into the 40.90 area to test this volume area. And then if we re-break that, we've got, again, a volume null to test down into the lows in the 3900 range. We've also got a longer term fib in the 38.20 range, but Nasdaq seems to be holding a little bit better than the rest of the markets. The stocks in it seem to have found a cyclical pattern to hold in, though I'm not sure how long that can sustain. Ultimately, I'm looking for a test lower into the October lows in the markets. If we do pass through the lows that we set a couple weeks ago here into the 3900s, into the Nasdaq, or into the ES 1830s, and then as well into the Dow 1530s. I really think that a test lower than these prices would really rile the market, let the ultra longs get a little bit longer, and let the scared shorts get out, or scared longs get out, and just do a little consolidation of shares.